I love quirky upbeat games, don't get me wrong, but sometimes I want a game that's just weird. So next time I'll cover Yume Nikki. Wait a minute. My jacket is slightly brighter brown than this. This is all a dream. Thank God I'm not actually drawn that badly. Have you ever heard of a game called LSD Dream Emulator? Well, what happens when we make that concept into a 2D game with loosely connected story? Kinda, arguably. Well, we would probably get something along the lines of Yume Nikki. On June 26, 2004, at least according to Wikipedia, Yume Nikki was released. The game received its final update on October 1st, 2007 and was released on Steam on January 10th, 2018. The developer went pretty much silent after that until a reimagining? I don't know what it would be considered, to be honest, a something of the game, though I have heard bad things about it and I will not be covering that in this video. Anyway, with that out of the way, let's get started. You start the game as a girl named Matasuki in her room. You can go on the balcony, but you can't leave. If you try to, then Matasuki just shakes her head. The only thing you can really do is save, play a game on your TV, and most importantly, you can sleep in your bed. Doing so will bring you to the dream world, which looks identical to the real world, but when you try to leave, now it brings you to the Nexus. The Nexus is the place where you can access what I'm going to be calling base level dreams for now. You can access 12 doors that all take you to different base level dreams. From there, all you really can do is explore. I can't really talk much about the gameplay here because there really isn't any. All you do in this game is wander trippy looking areas, trying to find weird things and trying to find effects. You need all 24 effects to get the ending, but other than that, they generally don't do anything other than visually changing Matasuki, though some do have a practical ability. It just kind of sucks that you really only ever use the bike, because the bike increases your movement speed, and with how much walking you need to do in this game, I'm pretty sure you'd go insane without the bike on a normal playthrough. It just kind of sucks that you can't switch between the effects because of how slow you move. I mean, some of the effects have a ton of effort put into them. If you press the 1 key with certain effects, then you can do a specific action tied to that effect, usually being useless but still fun. With so much effort put into them, I wish I could actually appreciate them throughout the playthrough. Instead, what ends up happening is I look at them once, go, oh that's neat, then never use the effect again. I used a guide to get the last of the effects so I can get this video out at a reasonable time. Well, that was before I went and updated all my art. But I could see mapping out this game to find all the effects being pretty fun because of all the connections between the dreams. There are a ton of weird sights and worlds to see in this game. The fun part is just seeing how much you can find. There are some very interesting moments from this game that are very obscure, unless you knew about them beforehand. Like when you turn off the lights in Panako's room, this can happen. Yep, this is normal. Now for the atmosphere, but before that, I want to clear something up. This game is not a horror game. It does have some unsettling and unnerving moments, but it is not a horror game. I may be alone on this, but before I really learned more about the game, I always thought of it as a pseudo-horror game, so I wanted to clear that up. Anyway, as I said, the game is unnerving at times, but the majority of the time it's just strange. I mean, these things are terrifying, and you may think this docile version of them is less so, but no, they're also terrifying. Okay, well, a lot of the interesting parts are a little creepy, but just trust me here that the game isn't creepy generally, it's just weird. As for the music, it's interesting to say the least. I personally think the block world is one of the best examples, so take a listen. You see what I mean? The songs are repetitive and would drive any person mad, which fits the game perfectly. I mean, half the OST isn't even music, it's just background noise. Normally I'll talk about the plot of the game about now, but I can't really tell you. We explore the base level dreams, eventually finding deeper levels in the dream, and it starts getting weird. We find a few events that could be linked to Matasuki's life, but we don't really know. Does this mall area stick in her head because of something traumatic, or is it just a meaningless location in a meaningless dream? Matasuki seems to have had a bad life in some way. Maybe she was abused, maybe she just had mental problems. No one really knows why, and we probably never will. As to why I'm saying she had a bad life, I point to the ending. Go to this time on screen if you don't want to get spoiled. After you place all the effects in the Nexus and wake up, there's now a stepladder on your balcony. And, well, you can see for yourself. It's such a simple scene that only lasts for a few seconds, but it's raised so many questions about this girl and why she decided to do that. There are many theories that you can look into if you're curious, but that's up to you. Wow, this is going to be a short video. Well, anyway, would I recommend this game? I don't really know. The game is interesting and I feel like it's a unique experience, but I'm not sure I'd recommend it because of how little gameplay there actually is. If you're looking for a game, then don't play Yume Nikki. If you're looking for an experience, then this game is free on Steam and you should check it out. As for me, I may come back to the game to look for areas and events I missed, but overall I think I'm going to let this game rest. But that's not where the story ends. Many fan games were made, like Yume Nikki and .flow for example. I may cover these fan games in the future, but I don't really know. Yume Nikki practically created a new genre. Its own very specific genre that's pretty much always made in RPG Maker 2003, but still a new genre nonetheless. I love how nonsensical and unnerving Yume Nikki was, but you know, I want to play a more traditional game. Maybe something with magic, highly customizable magic that is. See you guys next time when I cover Magic Maker. See you then.